Check one, two, peace. Oh man, a little late. A little late. Uh, Good reason though. But we here. Campaign trail, campaign news, Thursday. January the 16th, halfway through the month. Halfway through the month. Man. And what a month has been and is being so far. Um, Kind of late. Um, just helped my wife get back from LA the past week, taking care of the final arrangements for her mom. May Allah be pleased with her. Beautiful, extraordinary wife, Sunday Muhammad, and beautiful sisters in laws and nieces and nephews. So peace and blessings to the queen and to her family, and may Allah be pleased with uh my mother in love. On that note, we here. Might be a few minutes late, but like the Lord might not always show up when we want him, but he's always on time, and we trying to be in his time and not be five foolish virgins or five foolish harlots. But salute Range Mob, Ahmad Jabril, salute Adrian. Um, Peace and blessings. But yeah, we in here. I don't have no particular subject, but we can cover what we've been covering for the last 2 or 3 days or whatever y'all want to talk about. But yeah, we here for it. Put the link in the chat right away and talk about what we talk about. Uh Thank you, Knowledge. Walaikum salam. May Allah bless you and your wife and children as well as all of the family, man. Likewise to you also. Knowledge. Greatly appreciated. Blessings to all of y'all and all of us. Um, Peace and contentment and health, and knowledge, divine knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the energy to implement it. Because knowledge without work, so without applying it, is useless. So we pray for the strength and not to be lazy and actually go to war and go to work and do the discipline that it takes to get the W, get the victory in every struggle that we come across. So we back on it, the campaign, which leads to, pain leads to growth, and growth leads to, satisfaction, mastery, and goodly pleasure. Ain't nothing wrong with pleasure as long as it's goodly pleasure, righteous pleasure. So, pain leads to goodly pleasure. And that's what we here talking about. Knowledge said, can you talk about dealing with depression and how to overcome it? Yeah, that's a great subject. Most cases from my experience so far, because especially if you descendants of slaves, we got quote unquote trauma and depression in our DNA. Just a fight or flight program that's in our DNA, just from 400 and some years of slavery and oppression, terrorism, and all that kind of stuff. But in most cases, on top of that, or the thing that kind of staves that off and gets that under control, is a healthy diet. A healthy diet. Of course, healthy activities. If you got a healthy diet and you doing dirt, you know what I'm saying, then that ain't really gonna work too well. But assuming that we know that doing dirt leads to depression and anxiety and grief and misery, if we actually trying to be right and trying to live right and trying to do right by others, and we still dealing with depression or anxiety or stress, because we all dealing with stress, but stress that overpowers us and has a ill effect on our health, it's diet. It's our diet. That's how we being destroyed. That's how we become susceptible to disease, ailments, cancers, viruses, heart disease, is from poor health, poor diet. So depression is a depletion in most cases, if it's not brought on by some kind of chemical drug or poison or whatever, or some, trauma, mental or physical trauma. Most cases, depression is a depletion of necessary minerals and vitamins, especially the B vitamins like B1 and niacin, B12, B6, like majority of the B vitamins. Depletion of the B vitamins is what leads to depression. B vitamins, also vitamin D, you know what I'm saying? All of us down there deficient with vitamin D, D3, magnesium. So most depression has to do with poor diet, like junk food, which leads to physical ailments and illnesses and hormonal and chemical imbalances, which if you don't feel good or you're not physically healthy, then mentally you're not going to be mentally healthy. You're not going to be mentally happy or cheerful or optimistic or hopeful or faithful, or, because you're so busy, your body is so busy fighting off whatever the disease that has entered because of the vulnerability of a weakened immune system or depletion or deficiency or malnourishment of those necessary vitamins, the brain vitamins and brain minerals that the brain needs. And that's niacin, that's B1, like the whole B vitamins, but especially niacin and B1, magnesium glycinate, and zinc, D3, vitamin D3, vitamin C, vitamin K2, MK. So it's a poor GMO, bioengineered fake food diet on top of a depletion of the necessary minerals and vitamins that the brain and the blood needs. That absolutely is the cause of most depression, as well as parasites. Parasites come in all different forms. Most of the diseases you see right now, especially the cancers, is now coming out that they showing peer-reviewed, published journals and medical journals that's talking about the effectiveness during the pandemic of ivermectin, which was an animal dewormer or horse dewormer, is a whole bunch of breakthrough studies, whatever that's being I guess maybe it was looking like it was suppressed during the last 4 years or something like that, but it's showing that a lot of these cancers, according to what I'm reading, if not most of them, are products of parasites. Even the tumors that's being diagnosed as tumors is actually a clump of parasites. And this also goes for viruses. The HSV, herpes virus, is also little parasites. They say that they're viruses, but it's allegedly that it's the parasites that produce a viral reaction, or so all of it is going to come out. Anything that we was suffering from, unfortunately, wicked scientists are the one that I believe, and I got to put a disclaimer, I believe that wicked scientists produced all of this in the laboratory, and they know what it is, but they bank on the fact that the general population has been dumbed down to such a degree that the knowledge of viruses and parasites and the equipment of lab equipment and all of that is so restricted, and the light of that knowledge and understanding the curriculum is kept away from the general public, the masses, especially the descendant of slaves of North America, because unfortunately, from a biblical standpoint, we're the targets. we're the roaches that they're trying to get rid of with all of this science and all of this laboratory mess and these poisons and pharmaceuticals. So we're the last people that they want to have the light of this chemistry, open to our minds so we can see exactly what's causing the effect. So these effects that, are called diseases, they have a cause. And if, like I said, if we're not familiar, we don't have access to, PCR or electron microscopes and, what I'm saying, just the whole study, then we ain't gonna never know what somebody is doing to us and what kind of genetically modified this or bioengineered that, or they say that it's this, but it's really that, because we have to trust the science, and that's actually false. They telling you have to trust the scientists. There's nothing wrong with science. Science is just the study of something to get the knowledge or the data or the proof about anything. That's nothing wrong with science. We all supposed to be doing science, but we talking about the scientists, the Dr. Fauci's of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Dr. Fauci's, and then the Satan, multi-billionaires that sponsor and fund them because they got the same objective. They have the same goal in mind of what to do with the science. Just like Nikola Tesla, rest in peace. He had divine revelation about unlocking certain secrets of this or secrets of that, and physics and the reality of how, the physics of the, the world works in a lot of ways. But then somebody gonna come in and steal his name, steal his technology. He dies penniless and damn near insane. You know what I'm saying? But not Alexander Graham Bell. What's the other dude? Thomas Edison, and his whole camp. They get rich because they locked in with the the elite agenda. So it all comes down to knowledge. It all comes down to, information, like what's the dude, Alex Jones, info wars, information wars, knowledge wars, health wars. It's all about health, because they used to be able to monopolize the information, and it was easy to control us because you didn't have social media, you didn't have free information, global information. So they can control you by monopolizing media and curriculum and stuff like that. But now, since Steve Jobs, rest in peace, made this internet thing available and cracked open information globally. Now, like Zbigniew Brzezinski said, it used to be infinitely easier to control 1 million people than it was to delete 1 million people. But because now people is waking up and they got access to so much information, we got access to so much information now. It's not easy. You can't control us like you used to. So now they have to get rid of us, by the millions, and that's the whole agenda memorandum 200 and agenda 21 and all that whole alleged depopulation programs of the United States, aspects of the United States government, allegedly. So yeah, depression, though, like I said, it's mostly health. It's mostly diet. It's mostly a diet and a deficiency, malnourished or deficiency or depletion of vitamins, vitamin B, the B complex vitamins, and the zinc and the magnesium and the D3, and that's mainly what it is from my knowledge. Microphone, peace.
My God, man, I'm so glad to catch you, Cam.
Man, I'm glad to be caught by you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First and foremost, I want to say condolences to you and your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you lose a mother, where it's a real mother or mother-in-law, it's very significant. So my
Right.
condolences to you on that. Man, I've been listening to you. I've been through the flat earth stuff. I've been through all that. Like I say, I have to catch you in the morning. So
Yeah.
what I wanted to hear your opinion about was I'm a first time dad. I'm 38 years old. You know
Man,
what I mean?
congratulations.
Thank you, Cam. But I didn't
Mhm.
grow up with my dad,
Mm,
So during the time that I found out I was having a kid, quite naturally I wanted a young man, but I was
right.
blessed with a daughter,
Yeah.
So if I see the relationship that you have with your daughters and I love it, man. So if you could just I'm gonna get off here. I want to listen to you, but just explain the significance of being a dad in a little girl's life and how you have to go about that, because like I said, I wanted the boy, I wanted him to be an athlete and all
Yeah.
that, which my girl still can, but you got me.
Yeah. And you don't just have to have one child. It's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, most definitely.
yeah, be fruitful and multiply. But the fact that um a lot of our brothers today is having girls. That's not no coincidence. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay,
Because actually the secret of and I'm not trying to be religious, but the secret of the power of us is been locked up and hidden in the woman, in the female, because we all come from and come through a female to get here.
right, right,
So if we're going to improve the condition of us as males, then we got to improve the condition of the next generation of women that's going to have the next generation. So that's how important quality men are to having daughters.
okay,
Right. So
okay.
that's actually a super blessing. Of course, we just be on some macho. We want to see another one, a
Yeah,
little us.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
the priority of the universe, the universal priority is that quality men need to produce daughters, to produce
Okay,
better mothers for the next generation.
okay,
Right. So now
okay.
if we can put our game, I'm just speaking street language, if we can put our
Gotcha.
righteous warrior game and who the real enemy is and how we got to maneuver into our daughters, you know what I'm saying, to where they not
Yeah,
fighting out the game, or they not getting finessed and acting blind like they don't know a Pookie and Ray Ray and their hormones is
right.
raging and they
Because
trying,
they are the targets just as well, like you say.
absolutely, even in the Bible and all of that, the serpent want to capture their minds. They want to get Eve, because if you got the woman, then you got everything that comes from her womb.
Right
So
on,
that
right
we
on.
as God, what I'm saying, as young gods, male gods, what I'm saying, our job now is to help bring our women up to our mental and military understanding level. Not that
Right,
they trying to be men like these tough and
right.
independent chicks
Yeah.
and all that.
Cause
No,
I've met women who want to do that, and that's not good.
nah,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah.
So yeah, and you'll find that that's a balance, like what I'm saying, because a lot of our, our wives, our baby mamas, our older females, they already dealing with trauma from some male that violated them at a young age. So now we able to break that curse and break that cycle and make sure that it's a new batch, a new generation of young girls, our girls that ain't getting tampered with or violated like that, because we present in their life. No, you ain't doing
Right
no
on, right on,
sleepovers. You ain't
right
even
on.
doing this. You ain't having
Nah,
no such and such.
none of that. No, sir, no, sir.
You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Same page, Cam. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
And they
okay.
and they balance us out, meaning they make us more sensitive, they make us more patient, they make us most not softer in a weak way, but more soft
More
hearted.
compassionate. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I got you. I got you. I
And in
got
that
you.
softness, it make you more vicious, because you mess with
Can't nobody
anything that can,
mess with that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you mess with anything that can make my heart melt like these, and it's a wrap. It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy you say that because just coming home, seeing her, like all the ills and trials I
Yeah,
go throughout the day, it means nothing when I hear that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely. And you
yeah.
got to
And
fight for her health. So I don't know if you already did this. If you did, then you're gonna have to spend some time detoxing, or but they press you to try to get like little jabs in babies, period, right?
yeah,
Even if it's a little vitamin K, or they want to stick they well, just at least you know
not okay.
nada.
Yeah, I
No,
got
if it's already too late, they already did that, then as a father, then we got to go get to do the due diligence to find out how to chelate, chelation, and get that out their system, right? right now, the best thing for any child, if you just had a child, you said how old is your daughter?
She'll be 4 months tomorrow.
Yeah. So is she breastfeeding?
You know what, Cam? That's another thing I want to get into. No, she's not, because she had like the section thing. But I've noticed that a lot of women that I
that don't
know,
matter.
whether okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
That had nothing to
okay,
do with it.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
But no,
she just gotta start it up. She just gotta, because it's going to stimulate. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's the most healthy, powerful, best thing that you possibly can do, food
right on.
wise, health wise, for a child, because it ain't just food. It's the energetic connection also with the mother, because
Right.
if mothers ain't doing that, then we kind of like orphan, we like spiritual orphans, you know what I'm saying,
Mm,
as babies. You
yeah,
absolutely need that milk, that colostrum, even if ain't nothing coming out. She need to be able to use her mother nipple as a pacifier or something. She got to be able to
yeah,
bond
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. To feed off her body. Okay,
Yep.
okay, okay. Yeah. So,
Yep.
and then the one more thing, and I'm gonna get off, man. Look, Jamar used to be my guy, man.
Yeah,
I
I
can't. I
mean,
can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
he's
he
he's
he totally came unraveled, man.
yeah, I ain't gonna ever say somebody used to be something like that until it's a period behind their name. But whatever phase, whatever he's going through right now, I can't get behind that. But
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
I don't throw no whole baby out with the bathwater. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm
Well,
not with
I say that because of the way he handled it, and then his excuse or apology or addressing it was to blame it on, But like you
Cosby.
said, if you already had the knowledge, I mean, can't nobody come up to me with a basketball right now and catch me off guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I know. So yeah, like that
yeah.
that that excuse is what really got me. Just the way you handled it.
Yeah, but a lot of us don't know what we'll do until we get put in a certain situation. Like, if you never had a blicky in your face or to your head, everybody can talk tough until you get in that situation, and then you
Situation.
have to learn. Like, damn, I tripped out. Let me try to clean that up or try to adjust. How I handle this or I handle that. So it ain't really about uh how you fall or how you mess up. It's more about how you clean up. What do you do
Yeah.
after you mess up? That determines your character. So I don't really trip if I see somebody slipping and falling or tripping or
No, no,
whatever.
because we all do. We all do. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's how you clean it up, like you say.
yeah,
Like you say. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, I'm gonna go and get off of here, Cam. I just had to stay up and holler at you, man. I'll talk with you soon, brother.
Man, much love to you, Mike, and peace and blessings to the young guy, queen that you got, and all the success. Anytime you want to come on here, you're welcome.
I appreciate it, Cam.
All right, peace, God. Peace. Man, salute C style. Do you take vitamin or herbal supplements? Both. I take both. Vitamins and herbal supplements. Hey, gorgeous. Yeah, I take both. Um, and healthy food. So you gotta do a double, triple combo. You gotta eat as healthy as you can, take vitamin supplements and herbal supplements. You got to do your own due diligence and find out what this enemy is doing. What is the prevalent diseases? What is the prevalent health issues that's plaguing our people? Because if it's affecting them and it's attacking them, it's also affecting us. We're being poisoned. We're being poisoned. You see, just recently, like yesterday or day before yesterday, Robert Kennedy Jr. or whoever that's supposed to be the health dude of Trump's incoming camp pressed them to ban food colored food dye number 4, red number 4, or yellow number 4, or number 3, or something like that. That America been using for decades. You know what I'm saying? They know it's poison. That ain't stopped them from serving it to us. So it's our job to as warriors and fighters for righteousness and for our people, for our health, to learn what the enemy is doing. Learn the weapons of the enemy. Oh, that's too grim. That's too depressing. No, it's depressing if you denying it. and then you wind up sick and suffering, and your children is sick and suffering, and you act like, well, I don't know what's going on. No, you know what's going on. You could have stopped it, but you said, I don't believe that these people would ever do that, or is it make my head hurt. I don't feel like thinking about that kind of stuff. Like, oh, you thinking about it now because you feeling it, you suffering from it. So we got to be proactive. We got to be accountable and responsible as adults. And not to say, I trust the scientists, I trust Fauci, I trust the doctor. My doctor said. All right. Well, what about you? What did your brain and intelligence of studying the history and the relationship between our former slave masters and their children and us today? What did that say? What did that doctor say? What did the doctor of your own common sense say? Prince Visionary.
Peace, brother Cam.
Man, peace, my brother. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing all right, brother.
Man, what's on your mind?
I had a question. Ain't none of that flat earth stuff like yesterday. What are your thoughts on like marriage and especially with our community, and why you think marriage isn't as important? Like I've been doing my research, and from the far east to the far west, marriage is like super down. Like even in Asia, Africa, they saying like Korea spent millions of dollars to get people to get married and have children, and Korean people was like, nah, I'm okay. Then in Japan, it was the same thing. In China, it's the same thing. Like no one wants like single moms anymore and stuff like that. Like I'm just looking at it and I'm like, this is crazy. Then I get to America and it's the same thing. I'm like, this ain't even just a one nation thing. Like this is global. Then they said it that everybody's pretty much lonely now for the new generation. Like people don't hang out, have friends, or have good relationships and families and all that.
Right. I would say it's a few different factors. Like if we speaking of just races in general, that's something. They got different reasons for why they don't gravitate towards so-called marriage or having children. Some of them want to have children. Some of their societies don't allow or restrict them from having children. Of course, like if you look at it so-called biblically, it says the devil deceives the whole earth, the whole world has been deceived and influenced against that for certain reasons. But another reason has to do with warfare, wartime. People are scared, as they see the handwriting on the wall, they see the conflict or the trials and tribulations and the threat of war, then they don't want to bring a child into the world. They don't want to reproduce. And with our people specifically, we're the number one target for every psychological operation, every depopulation scheme and agenda and plan. As far as the marriage thing, like on the slave master or former slave master Americans paperwork, that's probably irrelevant or expired, or that's a wrap. I wouldn't even promote that. But as far as companionship, and dedication and committing to a spouse, that's your wife because you declare that to be your wife, and you and her, put together agreement or laws or whatever according to what what y'all understanding is, right? You don't go to your slave master to validate, whether you really with somebody or not. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you as adults, consenting adults, is supposed to figure out among each other. And you publicly declare it. Like if my slave name was Craig Miller or Muhammad Ali's slave name was Cassius Marcellus Clay, I don't run to the government to for permission to get rid of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna declare it. No, my name is Muhammad Ali from now on, and that's what you're gonna address me as. So I'm a man. If I say this is my wife, this is my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You know, so we got to, you know, we're growing now into that type of consciousness and that kind of righteous rebellion against a oppressive, tyrannical, deceptive system or empire that has had us under their so-called laws, legal slave captives, and we got to check in with them every time we do something with our life as though they own our life because we got a social security number that makes us property, you know, all that type of stuff. Like, nah, we got right now we breaking all of those spells and curses or whatever. So as far as paperwork, I ain't with that, you know what I'm saying? But as far as, you know, word and deed work, I'm 1,000% with that. So I think since so many of our women is still under that illusion and that fairy tale that you know, you got to put a ring on it and you got to go to the courthouse and, you know, check in with the white man so they can back you up with child support or alimony just in case you get mad and decide I outgrew the relationship or whatever the shit they be talking about. Like, no, wide awake men ain't falling for that. It's my terms or no terms.
Yeah. Three of the few reasons they said, especially from east to west, going from China to America, they said that the newer generation just says that marriage seems like it's not happy. Like people that's married seem like they're miserable. And then they said something like you know, financial reasons, and it like you said, it's so many different reasons. And then I see that governments are saying like keep hip hop and certain things out of our communities and nations because that's promoting our women to be promiscuous and be a certain type of way. So they're pretty much like in like Russia and different nations like, look, don't put none of that westernized American stuff over here because then that's going to turn our women out. And then they gonna end up like the women in America, and they ain't even married, got no family, and I ain't trying to have my nation like that. So I'm just reading all of this, and I'm like, wow, this is really a pandemic. And then in India, women are weaponizing the systems over there, lying on men, getting them put in prison and stuff. I'm like, this is happening everywhere. It's not even just the United States.
Well, the United States is the spearhead of it, though. United States or snakes is the greatest influence. That's who deceives the whole world. Well, it's actually the dragon is Europe, but the strongest of the beasts, you know, that the Vatican or the dragon has given power to was America. America is the strongest of the beasts. The dragon or the Vatican City is the ultimate influencer of all of this. But the youth, like you said, you know, they say they don't see marriages as happy. Life itself ain't happy. It don't have nothing to do with marriage. If you under, you know, the war of Armageddon, if you don't know what time it is, you think you can be happy. That's impossible. You cannot be happy if you don't acknowledge that you at war, and you know you're not recognizing who's waging war against you. It ain't, whether it's marriage, whether it's business, whether it's health, whether, you know, in no area you're gonna be happy. And you know, a youth just wanting to be happy and play, that's what they banking on. Like they want you to play instead of fight. They want you to chase pleasure and shit instead of try to get rid of them. So that's what they're gonna flood. They're gonna use their media and their influence to flood our people with partying and drugs and sex and balling and anything to keep us from getting together and getting them out of power.
Yeah, and just like how you were saying a few minutes ago, how everything is about the courthouse and getting a wedding ring. I did my research on all that. I'm like, wedding rings is actually kind of new in a way. I'm like I did my research on diamonds. Diamonds didn't get popular until the Diamonds Are Forever James Bond movie. And of course, you know, they only did that because of the blood diamonds they got from Africa. And before that, women had rubies and sapphires as wedding rings. Then I found out wedding rings is a Roman thing. So people wasn't even doing wedding rings before the Romans. And I'm like, well, if you supposedly believe in the Most High, he said turn away from thy ways of Rome in Greece. So if you get a wedding ring,
how many of us is studying what you just said? You know, studying. You know, that's too stressful. That make my head hurt. I don't want to know the truth.
Right.
You know, that's why the Bible also say my people is destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not because knowledge ain't available. It says they reject knowledge. They reject knowledge. So God rejects them and their children. And then they cry to God or cry to everybody else, like, you know, why? Because you didn't take accountability for what was available to you. You knew you was a slave. You knew you was a descendant of slave. You knew these people was your enemy, but you wanted to go along and just try to live the American dream as though they're not your enemy. And you want to, have a fairy tale Cinderella picket fence happily ever after fairy tale story when you really at war. That's just like people in Gaza, the Gaza Strip, or Palestine, Afghanistan, you know, a war zone, Iraq or something, talking about I just want to be happy. You just want to be happy. Like, do you realize what's going on? What time it is?
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy out here. Well, crazier.
But we born and built for it. So it's only crazy to us if we're not in touch with reality. You know what I'm saying? They say fact is stranger than fiction. Only if you was raised believing that fiction is fact. So we so brainwashed or brain dirty and hypnotized with fantasy, feeling, desires, wants, and all of that. We don't deal with reality. We take drugs, we party, we travel. I just need a vacation. We try to run away and get away. Everything's escapism. So even what's going on in LA right now with California, you know, Southern California on fire, niggas is still talking about, no, we're gonna do the Grammys because we need entertainment. No, entertainment what got you into this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna still constantly, well, we gotta party our way through this. We just gotta have fun and act like this ain't going on and don't focus on it. It's just denial, which got us in this condition in the first place.
Yeah, I seen today Japan gave $2 million to California for the fires.
Yeah, I mean, all charity. I mean, that's fine, but you know, it's over. Allegedly, it's over 200 or some $1 billion worth of damage.
I know.
You know, and it ain't no amount of money in the world that's gonna replace, you know, what was lost in value and so, and you know, that's money don't solve all things. You know what I'm saying? Money don't solve all things. You know, and God, whoever the God is proving that. Whatever you was worshiping and thought you was better than somebody else because you owned a house or you own beachfront property or you this and that, your material wealth, well, in the twinkle of an eye, you know what I'm saying? In one day, all of that can be gone. And if you based your value, your self-worth on that, on things, then what's your worth now when you don't have those things no more?
Right.
So
if you don't mind me asking, how long you been with your wife, Brother Cam?
22 years. 22 years, going on 23. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a long time too.
Yeah. And that's the best decision I ever made. Well, second best. The first best was Minister Farrakhan and getting with the nation. The second best was choosing her.
Yeah, I remember I seen one of your lives and you said something like to one of your seeds, you was like Well, the music got me where I need to get because it got me your mama. So
Yeah, it got your mama's attention. Yeah, it was. So yeah, that's real though, because we made for each other. Yeah, a man cannot be a man without a woman, and a woman cannot be a real woman without a man. You can be an adult male or an adult female, but only the relationship and a committed relationship with the opposite sex, a spousal relationship, makes you a man or a woman, because it unlocks that duty that a man is supposed to do, and it only can be done with the opposite sex. So in Islam, in our lifestyle, because it's not a religion, but in the nature of the original people, that's half of the whole work, half of the whole faith, half of success of the whole nature of the original man and woman is marriage, not a white man's piece of paper. That's not marriage. That's something else. I don't know what that is. Some kind of, I don't know, record contract or something. But the actual marriage, I don't mean wedding. Wedding is not marriage either. White man paperwork is not marriage, and wedding is not marriage. Those is just uh, occasions or symbols of some actual marriage.
ceremony.
Yeah, ceremony. A marriage is the actual work, the relationship. The struggle.
That's the covenant.
Yeah, because if you're not struggling, what are you doing? I don't do struggle love. Well, you don't do love, period, then. You know what I'm saying? What you doing ain't love if it ain't got no struggle to it.
Yeah, I'll be hearing that, especially from women.
Exactly. And that's 75% of, our people's, the problem of our people's mental death, and the work of resurrecting ourselves from it is with the woman. It's with our women, because they carry the both male and female. They carry human life. They get human life onto the planet through their body, which has to come through their mind and their emotions and their programming. So if you can program or reprogram or deprogram or contaminate the woman, then you contaminated the whole people.
I think I read something back when I was in college about a nation is only as strong as its women or something like that.
Right. No nation can rise above the mental condition of its women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's the first teacher. The woman is the first teacher. The mother is the first teacher. And the first doctor, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just telling Brother Mike when he was on, like, our women is too easily influenced, too easily deceived by Satan, who deceives the whole world, but especially us, by exciting vain desires and our women, or gassing them up or scaring them. This is going to happen to you. You got to take this shot. Your baby got to get these many shots, or otherwise, they're like, oh, no, my baby. And you wind up, turning your babies over to the beast. You know what I'm saying? But a man is supposed to be there as like a lion, as the protector. Like, nah, you're not going to do that. But now if you gassed up by this government and you don't tell me what to do with my child, and I'm going to take the child from you and go to the beast and make him press you to sponsor my rebellion against you in the form of child support or alimony, and I'm going to still do what I want to, and you don't got authority, you don't got rights, and you don't got no more money because I'm taking it all. So that's what happens if you do that paperwork thing. If you already know your women is mentally captured and possessed by the mark of the beast, by the devil, why would I enter a paperwork agreement with the Satan sponsor, state sponsor of Satan's? They don't need to be involved in our agreement. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're bringing millions to the table and you really a super help me. You help me either with money or get money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not scared of losing money or paying nothing if you help me get it. See what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, you do that. You're due. That's due to you. But if I already got it and you didn't help me get it, like, oh no, I'm not signing nothing. That's just me. I'm not signing nothing unless you're a virgin. If you're a virgin, that's a fair trade. If you're a virgin,
too many of those.
You ain't have to help me with money because you helping me with my lineage. You stayed pure. That's worth more than all the money in the world. But how many virgins are out there?
Can't even put a percent on it.
I ain't never been with one.
I don't think any man. Well, if he was with one, it was probably back in high school.
No, somebody is popping cherries. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Somebody is getting the virgins, but you know, it ain't me.
Yeah, that was something that was on my mind when I was like researching. I'm like, man, of course with our people, but I was just like, this is just global, really. With all ethnic groups. I'm like, this whole relationship, marriage, family thing is like just all messed up right now.
But it's by design. It's because we more distracted than ever. We more poison influenced than ever. Because of the media. The media is at an all-time high, throwing a bag at everything. They rewarding our immorality. If we immoral, if we rebelling against the righteous laws and nature and structure of nature, then they're gonna reward you. They're gonna make you rich and famous. And when I say they, the people that control fame, media, and money. So they look for our women. They look for our youth, our young women, to reward them for being immoral and rebellious against the natural laws and the natural structure and family structure of life itself, against their own nature. They reward them for going to war against their own nature. They reward you like they were trying to do with Kamala Harris, women's rights to, Planned Parenthood, this and this, all. So that's how they're deceiving us. That's how they're gassing our women up and exciting vain desires and telling them that they're so powerful and so free and, empowered. And this is how you do it. And don't give up the fight. Like, fight for what? Fight who? Because your black man ain't the one that oppressed you for the last 500 years, 400 years or whatever over here. So why are y'all so angry against your own men? Who's teaching you to be that angry against us? It's like, who's teaching them to be that angry against Trump as opposed to any other president before him? So that's all media spells that they cast over our women.
Yeah. And then I said to myself one day, I said, the same, just like in the movie Boys in the Hood. Remember in the beginning when the dude broke in his house and the police officer tried to talk to him like, hey, little man, and he was like, man, don't talk to my son. And that same police officer, when he was a teenager, treated him like he was a criminal when he didn't do nothing. I told her sister, I said, that same white man that you just called on your ex-husband is going to be the same white man that killed your son. Or put him in prison, the exact same one.
But they'll forgive the police and embrace him and say, my son is in a better place now. Our Stockholm syndrome is so at an all-time high because that's what we did when we pushing voting for Biden. You know what Biden did to your fathers and your brothers and your sons. You didn't even forgive your baby daddy who you loved and you had a child with. You wouldn't give him a second chance, but you voted for Biden to rule you. And you fought against your own black men to go rally for Biden, who never apologized for what he did to your fathers and your brothers and your husbands and your baby daddies and your sons.
He just made up excuses. He was like, well, I gave it to them and they didn't say anything. Of course they wasn't going to say anything. They a bunch of white supremacists like you.
Right.
Why was they going to say anything?
And so where is your intelligence? If women are equally black, or all our women are equally intelligent with us, then where's the proof of it? Why are you complaining that you're oppressed if you're equally intelligent? You should need no man's help. You know what I'm saying? To prove your equality. You should be able, just like, The reason why lions, tigers, bears, elephants, all them sharks, everything that's physically stronger than us that can eat us and kill us or whatever, they don't rule us, even though they bigger than us, they stronger than us, they more vicious than us. They don't rule us. We rule them because we're smarter than them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if women are equal in intelligence, we couldn't oppress them, right? I mean, that seems like mathematically logical, right? So
yeah,
if we look at the condition of what happens when we let our women leave them to their own devices and make their own choices, are they happier? Are they healthier? Are they really secure, or are they complaining and say we're the most disrespected and unprotected, and everything is the blame game and nobody takes accountability? It's always some dude's fault. Oh, I thought it was your body, your choice. Why is it our fault if it's your body, your choice? So it's easy to prove, and when it gets that wild and that rebellious, you got to leave them alone and let them crash and burn if that's what they're gonna do.
And one of the brothers put up one thing across the screen talking about the Pop the Balloon show. I have never seen a whole episode, but I've seen clips. That show was so dumb to me, and it actually does a disservice and make black women look, not all, because all black women, but it makes them look bad as a whole. Like, you bring a bunch of quote unquote boss chicks, bad chicks that got their own little company and all this, and they got their little hair extensions and they looking, cute or whatever. And then a brother come up there, a doctor, a dentist, a this or that, and all he says is, well, I don't like promiscuous women, I don't like this. And they start popping the balloons over small stuff. I don't like your shoes. And like, did you not just hear he say he was a dentist? Like, this dude is a doctor, he's a lawyer. Like, oh, I don't like his blazer jackets. He seems like he might be a little bit boring. And then they all just pop their balloons and say dumb stuff. And then one episode, all the black girls popped the balloon, but the white girl didn't, and she took the black dude. None of the black women had nothing. I said, this is so sad, bro.
Well, that's programming. That's not necessarily how it is, but that's how it becomes. Just like gang banging and smoking weed and everything. It starts out with little shows like that they keep on flooding you with, so that they can influence a whole generation to start doing that or thinking like that or acting like that. Like twerking. Twerking didn't used to be a thing, but if you only promote and
I
program
remember
twerking, now you got grandmamas twerking. Now you got everybody dressing like 304s and twerking and sticking their tongues out. When at first that wasn't what everybody was doing. They were just trying to make it look like that's what everybody was doing. But then we're like fish. We start following whatever we think everybody is doing. That's how the media can deceive us and influence us, because we think this is what men like or what men is paying attention to, and we wind up acting it out. We wind up actually getting programmed and hypnotized to actually live like that. And that's what programming means. They're programming you to eventually live and think and get out like that. And it's been working for the last 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, and then I knew it was really bad when I, like you said, be in the YouTube streets and they twerking in church now. I said, come on now, you can't be twerking in church, man. Like,
well, like I said, they're not. They're like, they just gonna show you one person twerking in church. But if they show it to you every day a million times, then you're gonna think that everybody is twerking in church, and is all it takes.
Of course, it ain't everybody.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it becomes everybody. Because if you see one person do it, if you see Sexy Red or Glorilla or Megan Thee Stallion, that's just one person. But if millions of us see her getting rewarded for the shit that she's doing, and now she with the president, and she niggas is interviewing the vice president, that like you getting top tier treatment for doing that, then that's gonna influence you to try to do it. That's gonna make, well, it's not all that bad, and I do kind of got a body, and I do want to twerk. So it starts tearing down your moral fiber little by little. That's how they do these, like Keke Palmer, like all these little innocent, wholesome little black actors when they was young.
Yeah, like the Disney stars,
Yeah,
the
but
Nickelodeon kids.
they're gonna wind up super freaks, super Disney freaks. I ain't even gonna say Diddy, no Disney. They super Disney freaks because they use that media, that one actress or that one actor to influence, and everybody is following. And all my little daughters and whatever was following this person or that person, and they show them go from a wholesome little girl, Akilah to be, to a straight little 304 dancing with Usher with her ass out and going against her baby daddy and all of that. So that's programming. That's what they trying to influence everybody to do.
Yeah, and then they saying that some women jealous of 304s because, like you said, the 304s get rewarded, or it seems like they getting rewarded. They really just getting crumbs. But so then, like you said, if you can't beat them, join them. They be like, well, if she get to walk around with her breasts out and all this, and she getting all this, then I might as well do the same thing. And I'd be like, look, y'all
That's the
going down
logic.
a
Yeah,
bad
that's
road.
the childish logic, the unaccountability, the go along and get along instead of women getting together like they get together against black males. If you got together against your immoral little black female sisters and banged against their immorality, like you know how to get together and bang against your own men for whatever you don't like that we doing, then we would be in a way better condition right now. If you banged against females opening their legs and running to Planned Parenthood to the tune of $500,000 per year, and even more now with this Plan B or after, day after pill or whatever you're doing to your bodies, then we would be in a way better place. But we selective outrage and we blame game this and that. Like, okay, you gotta just leave you to your own devices. A man got to stand on his authority. If you don't recognize my authority and respect it and submit to it, then you just ain't gonna have no man. That's all. Because a man can always find, somebody quicker than you can find a quality man. So our job is to try to make you quality in the first place. We got to carry you anyway. So that's another part of the envy or the jealousy or the bitterness of the roles and natural roles and abilities that God or nature gave men that he didn't give women. You can't be sexually promiscuous or sexual multiple partners like that and get the same result. You're gonna tear your ass, your mind and your body gonna be toe up.
Kurt Franklin's working is funny, and it's not surprising. But but now, like you said, it's just crazy. You see, like you said, they put it out there for a reason. But now it's this viral video of a chick saying, "Get over it. So what if I was 16 with a 25-year-old boyfriend? I was a victim. Whoopty whoopty whoop. Get over it. Y'all should just start dating single moms and y'all mad still from 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Something wrong with y'all. They start shaming you. So what if I have a side dude? You not helping me with this bill. So I got a boyfriend for every different bill." And I'd be like, what?
Right. Well, we'll see how that works out for you. Life is short. It won't be long. And matter of fact, since we at the end of the grace period, it ain't gonna take a lifetime to see the results and the consequences of that type of thought process and that activity. So we seeing the crash out, immediately. We seeing a crash and burn from piss poor choices immediately. So and misery, like loves company, but the company don't comfort the miserable. It's not comforting. It's even worse. Like I said, if you're in a hospital, unfortunately for any kind of problem or disease or injury, and you hear other people in the hospital screaming and crying, that don't comfort you. That don't comfort you. That makes it worse. I want to be around children or laughing or some visiting hours or something. I don't want to just be in here with a gang of miserable people, because that's gonna make me remind me of where I'm at and what condition I'm really in. So misery, loving company, having company don't make it better.
Yeah, and I agree with you, brother Darren. I think that's what it is with some of these women.
Yeah, he said, I think most women think, this is Brother Darren speaking. I think most women think that they have the right to be wrong just because they're women and that God won't be quick to punish them for their behavior. Yeah, and that is why we're in the condition that we in. We think that we have some kind of excuse because we're the natural dependents, just like children. Women are in the category of dependent on a man, meaning under the natural authority of a man. So if a man is not a quality man, then they feel like, well, I have an excuse. Well, to a certain degree, you do. Just like you're not a fit mother. You're an unfit mother, and your poor innocent children are at the mercy of your unfitness. So is that not your fault? You know what I'm saying? What do you ever take accountability for as far as your own free will choices? If it's your body, your choice. Well, I got tricked. I got this. Okay. Well, so did we. You know what I'm
They
saying?
all, yeah, they always be the ones. Like you probably seen the statistics. 4% of women engage either the end of the relationship or divorce. So you left me, but it's my fault why your life ain't going good. But you the one that left me though. Like I didn't do anything to you. You left. So why
Right.
is y'all still blaming men when 5% of y'all just leave? So really 20 to 25% of men actually leave they women. Men don't even leave they women like that.
Right. That's right. Men just do whatever they doing that make the woman want to leave. Whatever the men is doing, they just keep doing, and that makes the woman want to leave. But that's showing that you believe that this is a fairy tale we living in. You believe that we don't have a real enemy, that we really not poisoned and influenced. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what excuse the black male has? If you have an excuse, if the black male is your excuse for all the stupid stuff you do, we don't get an excuse. You know what I'm saying? You could blame the man for what poor choices you make. We can't blame the white man since you blaming us. We can't blame somebody. We gotta be fully accountable, but you don't have to. So
Nah, the government and the church say they don't.
Right, exactly.
Which is insane.
I mean, that's the whole subject we talking about, the insanity
Right.
of the world. And sane means sound of mind, sound judgment, meaning that you're healthy. You know what I'm saying? You're in tune with nature. Unsound means insane. Unsound just means insane. Unsound uh, judgment and assessing, and you know what I'm saying, and choices and words and all of that. And we can see by our women's condition and men, but 75% of it is our women's condition. And that's why the curse or the cycle continues, because the women keep on giving birth to new generations of that same poison and trauma, and they're not checking each other. They're not going to war against each other's weakness. They're going to war against us. So that in itself, keeps the vicious cycle going. Brother,
Peace. Goosh the Great.
Hey, how you guys doing? How you guys doing, brother Camp? I want to ask you because you're more of a specialist in having patience with our sisters than I am. Um, any contract, every contract has an opt out part. So, how much disrespect do we have to endure before we opt out?
Well, my personal opinion or view on that is, if it depends on the level. If it's treachery, if it's clear treachery, then that's a opt out. That breaks the contract. You know what I'm saying? That's a deal breaker. So it's up to you and your partner or your spouse to work out and negotiate and agree on what that deal breaking type stuff is. For me, it might be this, that, whatever, you know. But at the same time, I'm not going to rely on you fully. You're not my God. So I don't, you know, I don't rely on a woman like that. I expect her to rely on me like that, just like your children. Like your children is going to rely on mama a certain kind of way. The mama is not going to rely on children. She don't have children so she can rely on them. You know what I'm saying? She has children because
today's time they do.
yeah, they relying on that check.
That
you know
check.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in nature, the laws of nature, that's the laws of Satan. But in the laws of nature, you want to have more than one child for whatever reason. You want to have more than one child. So if that works with a woman having children, that also could work with a man wanting to have more than one woman. Do you want to have more than one child so you can cheat, or you can, you know, so you can expand your heart and see how, you know, what new life and unique life and experience that you can bring out of each one of the children that you got, or, you know, are the children happy about it? If you poor but you want to have 5 and 6 children, and you poor, and the first child was like used to have you all to herself or himself, and now you got 3 and 4 other brothers that you can't take care of, is that a happy family? Is that a happy situation? And these are children that didn't get to choose.
Well, to answer your question, that would be no to a man. But in today's times, I think women, not only the more children do they get, the bigger the check becomes. And as she gets older, that gives her more options on who to stay with when she gets older. So if
You
she
talking
has six,
about offspring?
yeah, you know, being that if she has 6 by 6 and none of the fathers stayed around, when she's around 60 or 70, she has 6 people whose lives she can also ruin by staying with them.
Yeah, I still don't agree with the men didn't stay around. They was never with you. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
A man generally is not going to leave, because I don't have to leave, because I was never there. Like, we was never together. Like, did we
Yes,
live
sir.
together? Like, what qualifications did I give you that let you open your legs to me and give you a baby? Did I buy you a house? You know what I'm saying? Did I prove my loyalty to you? Like, why did you open your legs to me to the point where I changed your whole life and saddled you down with a human life that you're responsible for? You know what I'm saying? I don't need to leave. I was never there. We was never married. Remember? I was never,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So why are you saying that the man got to leave? A man don't have to leave. The man just doing what he do, and the woman don't like it, and she leaves.
Right.
She
And I
leaves.
think, but you can't. I think we as men should be honest with the children and say, you know what? I met your mom at 2 o'clock in the morning after the club. We had a couple of drinks. She asked me to come over, and she gave birth to you. Now you're here. We were never together. So when do we start being more real and stop? Because we spend so much time trying to um
Sugarcoat.
the real situation. Be like, look, man, your mama was twerking on the couch. I said, hey, stop doing that. She said, well, come to my house. I got a couch there. I went over there. Things happened, and now you're here. We have to start being real. Like, if we can't continue to sugarcoat real situations. You know what I mean? So help me, Cam. Like, where do we go from here? Because we want, as bad as we want it to get better, it's getting worse by the day.
I think it has to get worse. I think it has to get as extreme as it needs to get, and because I'm like trying to be like Jesus. So you can turn a hoe into a housewife. You can save these hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on,
No, I'm serious, but they have to go through the hell of their own consequences of their own.
Hold on. Oh, okay, keep about that.
Right?
Oh man.
Jesus saved these hoes, right?
Yeah, he
And
did.
Jesus saves. Like that's the number one slogan. Jesus saves, right? So it don't mean that I rely on you. You know, me saving you. If you used to be Mary Magdalene, Jesus wasn't relying on Mary Magdalene. She was relying on him. He was her savior. She wasn't his savior. So she appreciated him even more for not throwing her away. So she became, loyal to the death because he didn't judge her or throw her away like that because of her past poor choices. So if we wise enough and we know that's how it works, and if you got the kind of patience and understanding to do that, it don't mean that that's your only vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Because if they outnumber us by 2 million in America, if I'm making housewives into out of 304s, I'm not relying on them. That's not my main car. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have a different appreciation for me, even fixing them up or trying to restore them if they got any sense based on what they was going through out in the world or whatever. So that's the real reality, that you can't act like you got 3 or 4 baby daddies and you got standards now that he got to make this much money. He got to do, like, you totally insane, and you need to just be left alone till you crash all the way out and get humble. Once you get that humble pie, you know what I'm saying? Or you might not. You might just die in your insanity, but you don't have to, because somebody is offering you Jesus is offering you a way. This is the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? In that day, 7 women shall grab hold of 1 man. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't even gonna be enough quality men around. So,
like they say, brother Cam, the pride comes before the fall.
Yeah, and they falling. It's autumn year round. It's the fall year round now at this point. Every season is fall.
Yeah, the game is beautiful, man. The game, as long as a man can walk, talk, and has a little place to stay, as long as it's poverty-stricken women, we got a chance, brother.
Man, like I said, we gotta mature. We gotta mature. I seen August Knight said infidelity, what I was talking about earlier. Infidelity is definitely a deal breaker or opt-out clause.
Okay.
Not with me. Depending on how mature you are and how honest you are with your spouse, or how honest she is with you, that's not no deal breaker to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to know why you did it. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Do you want to be with him? You want to continue to do that? Like, we have a conversation. I'm interested to see what trauma or what triggers or whatever led you to do that, because I don't rely on you. I don't rely on you.
Okay, can we? Do you mind talking about that, Cam? Because that's a very different outlook. So you would be willing, even if she came and said, "You know what, I did this," you would be willing to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because based on, I would compare whatever value you have brought to my life. What degree have you been helping me up until this point? Then that might fall. That might be way down here on the scale to me. I didn't when I met you. You wasn't a virgin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's not a deal breaker with me. I'm too mature for that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. What was it about? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be with him? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not relying on you. I know my value.
What about her response was, "You know what? You're right. I love both of you guys. I still want to provide for you. You are the man that I love, but
You
this
want
dude
to provide for me? She don't provide for me. You mean she still want to help me?
Yeah, she still wants to help. She still wants to help you, but it's just something about this man. He just reaches spots that that we don't.
Well, you talk about something else.
No, but I mean, no, but what if that was her honesty?
Well, then you got to be with him, because you can't. The law that I live by, that you can't be with me and another man. I'm not a woman. If I was a woman, then I would have to probably consider digesting. Do I want to share you? You know what I'm saying? with another woman,
Okay.
I'm a man.
So basically, you said you would talk about it, but you're definitely not going to share her.
No. I'm not going to share it, but you're not going to be my
Okay, that's
enemy.
what we thought you were saying, that you could deal with it. Like,
no. That's just said infidelity. That don't mean you're continuing to be infidelity. That's what I said.
Okay. I'm about to say, damn, Cam is next level.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but it'd be like in love and I'm saying respect. Well, if you honest with me like that, well, yeah, you need to try to be with them. And I know it's not gonna work, but it's not my job to tell her that. Like, I can't, we can't be together like this no more. But if you need me and you need my help and something, and if I can help you, I'll be there for you the best way I can. But because you're honest with me and you told me, honestly, but if you was on some sneaky stuff, whatever, then I don't know that the jury still be out whether but it depends on if we have children together too. If we have children together, then I might tolerate a little more, but still I'm not relying on you.
Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful, brother. Once again, thank you for the knowledge that you share with me, brother, and for all of us, because I know how it would turn out if it happened to me.
I done been through too much, man, and ain't nothing that serious. Saying it's whatever. If that's what you want to do, that's where you want to be. You can do and be that. You just can't do it with me. Can't be with me when you're doing it. So that's all.
Somebody has some nice lights. Those are some nice lights.
Third Eye TV.
Yeah, hey man, what y'all doing tonight?
Chilling. You said, can you get our opinion on something?
Man, okay, I was dating this older chick for like over 20 years, right?
Right.
And I cheated on her, and I had my daughter. My daughter 13 now, but ever since then, she still like back up in my face.
You got to put your mic. I mean your phone. I can't hear you. Third eye. Yeah, closer to the mic.
Okay, yeah, like I was dating this chick for over 20 years, and I had cheated on her, and I had a baby, and I told her, I had a baby on the way and everything. And my daughter, she's 14 now, but ever since then, it ain't been the same, and I wound up breaking it off with her, because she would always come back and throw that in my face. So I told her about baby mama, and I told baby mama about the girl.
But you told him after the fact. You didn't tell her up front, though.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't tell her that I was back seeing my my
no,
baby.
I'm saying you didn't tell either one of them up front that you would be dealing with somebody else.
Yeah.
While you were dealing with them.
Yeah. I told both of them, and they both said they was gonna stay.
Okay, all right. Let me back that up. Let's back up. So the older woman that you was with, did you got children with her?
No. She said she couldn't have them.
So she couldn't have children, but you said that when you got with her that I'm going to be dealing with another or other female while I'm with you. You told her that.
Well, I told her I had a girlfriend. Yeah, at the time.
No, that's HAD. You know what I'm saying? So the question is specific. Did she get into the relationship with you with the understanding that you will be in the future with other women while you with her?
No.
So she didn't believe the understanding. You didn't make it clear that you're going to be doing something once you're with her. You're going to be doing something with some other females.
Yeah, she didn't. Like when I first started talking to her, I told her, I had a girl or whatever. She said she don't remember and all that, but
right. You kind of you stuttering. I'm trying to get you straight to answer this question. It ain't no backstory involved. Is when you got with her, did you tell her that you will be dealing with other females while you're with her?
No.
Did she think that you will be dealing with females once you get with her?
I don't know what she.
Nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So she didn't think that you were going to be dealing with no other female. So since that's established now, it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault because, like you said, you cheated first. I'm not saying that you ducking and dodging because you just admitted it. So, I agree with you on that. but you still did damage to her that you say I had to break it off because she was throwing it in my face. Like your
No,
existence, the existence of the child is throwing it in her face every day.
no, this was later on, but before leading up to that child, she was accusing me of sleeping with a family member, and I told her, that's disrespectful, don't do that, and I told her, if you keep doing this, I'm out the door. She kept doing it, so I had some secure that wasn't that loony, waiting. So I started messing back with because I had dumped her. I dumped my girl for the older lady. I let her go because I'm like, she lived closer. We got more in common. So I
Why dump her? So you already playing the game though. Like, so why not deal with both of them from the gate and say that this is what I'm dealing with? Like, why dump her and like even publicly saying I dumped her? No, you dumped the truth. You dumped the truth and she reacted to it. And now, your ego is saying I dumped her because she was accusing me of this and accusing me of that. Did she bring anything good to your life?
well, I didn't dump her. I didn't dump her to the reason why I cheated on her in the first place is because she was accusing me of sleeping with my niece, my family member, my niece.
Okay, let me stop. So you're saying that since she was accusing you of something, you just went on and did it.
No, I mean it was a turn off. I mean, if a woman is telling a man or a man is telling a woman, hey, I ain't gonna be here. You keep hitting me, you keep abusing me, and if they keep doing the same thing, what they telling you? They telling you that they don't care if you stay or go, right? Wouldn't you do everything possible to make sure you don't put your hands on this woman because she says she gonna leave you, or this man ain't gonna leave you if you keep hitting her?
What is putting somebody hands on somebody got to do with it?
What I'm saying, it's the same abuse.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't take words from a woman.
Emotional abuse if somebody accuse you of sleeping with a
I
family.
don't care what they accuse you of. You can't take words from a woman.
Yeah, I mean I could take them, but that's it's up to me if I wanted to deal with it. And I went back to it, which I shouldn't have. I should have left her alone, But I wanted peace. I didn't want war. I wanted peace. So
Well,
that's why
how do you think you establish peace with a woman?
I didn't have that drama with my
No.
baby.
I'm saying how do you think a black man establishes peace in America with a black woman today as descendants of slaves? How do you think that we establish peace with each other when we bumping heads?
Oh, that's a good one. I have no idea. I guess, well, in my situation, I would have to be a yes man and just, do whatever, be her puppet or whatever, do whatever she wanted, what she wanted done. That's the only way peace would have been in our situation.
Oh no, absolutely false. That means that you don't have the knowledge of yourself as a man. If you had the knowledge and wisdom of yourself and your role as a man, you know certain things, certain laws, and certain things that you have to establish and put down. And yeah, of course, their natural reaction is to resist or to test you or put up an emotional response. But that has nothing to do with nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna do that just like you tell a child, something they don't like, they might start crying and say, you don't understand, or you this and you that. Okay, well, you're not a slave. Are you still here? Women say all kind of shit out their mouth, but do they leave? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just want to vent. They just want to, they got some trauma or some childhood trauma that ain't got nothing to do with you, that they need to scream on you or accuse you or whatever. And if you know how to withstand that and not take it personal, then it'll blow over. And next thing you know, they're going to love you more than they ever did. They're going to submit to you, obey you, all of that, because you didn't fall for their demons. You didn't get took off your manhood maturity because of their demonic, act out or triggering for whatever. But if you taking it all personal, then you might have personal issues like, with women or with abusive mother or somebody that that's triggering, you know, her demons is triggering your demons. Her trauma is triggering your trauma, and you get on some fight or flight mode. Now you want to be out. Like, man, I can't take this shit. Like, or I ain't putting up with this. And
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, because look, you know yourself and love yourself before you get into any relationship with a female or anybody.
Yeah, but you got to know what the role of a man is to a female. Descendant of slave females are broken. They're broken. They're I would say defective, but they've been destroyed. So we spoil. We think that we're gonna get a free woman, you know, with no kinks or no knocks and pings, no problem, no rust, no nothing. That don't exist. That's a fairy tale.
Yeah, it is.
You got to be a mechanic. You got to be a mechanic of a woman's mind and emotions. If you can't work and fix on her, you're not gonna be able to have one. You're not gonna keep no woman. You can't keep no car. It just be like cars in your driveway or in your front grass with grass growing through the engine and shit. Your shit gonna look like a trailer park or something. This shit gonna be terrible. You got to learn how to work on a woman.
Hey man, hey, when you working on somebody for so long, man, hey, sometimes you gotta wash your hands, man.
Not really. That's just like saying what car can't be fixed. It's just you not going to learn how to work on cars. You're not going to the mechanic school. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to just stay with like, I'm just going, if what I know ain't enough to fix her, then she can't be fixed. That's bullshit. Like any mechanic, you know, real mechanic can fix any car. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, Brother Cam. In the black community, there's a lot of salvaged vehicles.
Any car, if any car can be salvaged. The question is, do you know how to do it?
Or,
you know what I'm saying?
Or if you got the time and the willpower to fix it, you might not have the will. Maybe it's somebody
you didn't have the intelligence to look under the hood or look at the pan that was rusted in the first place when you chose it. You didn't know how to choose a car.
Yeah, hey, people change, man. I mean, who you?
I don't care. Cars change. So I'm gonna start off with a brand new car. I'm gonna hit a pothole, or you know, the brakes gonna wear out, or something. I might Yeah, life changes. Period. That don't mean I can't keep it restored and keep it maintained. But a 6.4 Chevy today is worth more than a 6.4 Chevy was in 1964.
Yeah, but hey, you gotta have some kind of love and standard on your own. You not just gonna fold just because.
Who's folding? What are you talking about folding?
I mean, just to appease a woman.
Who's appeasing a woman? Like if you
that's what I'm saying. That's the only way it will happen in this relationship.
Okay, so do you fold to a car that you're working on, or do you make the car fold?
Hey, I done had 20 repos, man. It was out of my control.
It was out of your control.
Yeah, I done had a lot of.
You just was living above your means. You was just going into debt, knowing that you couldn't afford it.
No, it wasn't that.
How did it get repoed?
A few situations it was like that, but
how did it get repoed?
I chose not to. I'll give you one situation. I had went to this one dealership, and the guy was like, "Hey, you know, refer me to a friend or family, and you know, I'll pay your first car note." I was like, "Okay." My thing is, I didn't get it in writing. I brought him 2 people. They purchased vehicles, so I'm like, "Okay, you gonna do?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll take care of that one too." I'm like, "Okay." So now he didn't honor what he told me. So now I'm behind 2 months.
But what did the car do wrong?
Nothing.
So this is a comparison of women, cars and women, not who sold you the woman. What did the woman do wrong? Like, did you keep the woman up and the car tripped out on you despite you maintaining it properly?
The car was sexy to me when I saw it on the lot. But whether the car was sexy to me when I saw it on the lot. But none of that stuff mattered when he didn't hold up his part of it. So now I'm behind.
He is the one sold it to you. We're not talking about he. We're talking about, do you know how to check a car? Do you know how to inspect the car before you buy it, regardless what he said? Shit, do you know cars?
It was a brand new vehicle. Nothing was wrong with the car. The deal was shady from the beginning. That's what I'm saying.
Whose fault is that?
It's like I said in the beginning, it was my fault. I should have had him put that in writing and what he said that he would do. You know, my niece went down there and bought a car. My friend cousin went down and bought a car from this same
Right.
sale.
Well, let's bring it back to the relationship because you're going too far into what.
I'll just give you an example. You know,
that's not an example no more. That's something else. You talking about a whole salesman or something. We talking about how a woman is like a car, not like a salesman.
Yeah.
A woman is what you're supposed to be maintaining.
Yeah, but it's up to you. That's why people trade in cars because they don't want to deal with the headache.
Well, you don't want. You sounding like these females sound. I don't want.
If it's a lemon, it's a lemon. What can you do? So you're gonna keep pouring money into this vehicle, and nobody can fix it. I can't fix it because I'm not a mechanic.
Stop. So you said nobody can fix it because you can't fix it, right?
I'm not a mechanic, but my
circle. You shouldn't have a car.
Let me just say my circle, my mechanic, and maybe a mechanic that he know can't do nothing with it. You know, so it becomes.
You shouldn't have a car if you don't know how to fix on one, right?
Oh man!
Because what's going to happen if you don't got AAA? You don't even know you break down on the freeway. You're probably gonna get hit. God forbid, because so many people get hit. You know, getting out the car on the freeway because they didn't know to pull over to the right lane. Like it's so much shit can happen if you don't know what you're supposed to do with a car. If you don't know how to change a tire, you don't know what to do. That could be deadly to you because you don't know what to do with it. Not because the car is tripping. The car is just being a car.
Yeah. But you know. Yeah, but yeah, it's a wrap, man. So, like I said, you know, she just, you know, and look, this lady in her 60s, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You would think the level. That's why.
Hold on, wait. She her 60.
I started talking to her when I was 22. She was 42. I'm 46. She's 66 now. And I think she would have matured over these years, but it's like she got worse, you know.
So she went from a car to a stagecoach.
Oh. but I would love. So this is what I don't do. Third, I don't, you know, whether it's male or female, I don't really allow adults to get on public platforms and speak against somebody else that's not here to speak for themselves. Like if she was here on here with you, then you know y'all can say what y'all want to say, but that would be real gossipy of me. That would be real female-ish of me to let you talk about her some kind of way when she's not here to talk back. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Can she still talk?
Hey, you know what's so crazy about the whole thing? She just had a stroke. Like
I can't do this.
Yeah, don't laugh at that, man. Don't laugh at that.
She had a stroke like a year and a half ago, right?
I'm gonna have to put you in the sunken place for a second, dude.
I mean, it's all good, man. I mean, you know, it happens. But look, she had a stroke like a year and a half ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there, you know, I'm bringing her food, I'm taking her, get her medication and everything. Now she talking trash about how her family is not helping her, like they don't support her. Her daughter not supporting her. Her sister just moved next door. She not helping her, support her. But
and this is why y'all together, right?
No, yeah. Yeah.
So if she together and she have a stroke, if she have any kind of ailment, you know, that's your duty as a man is to be there for her, right?
Exactly. That's why it wasn't that was my duty. That was my job.
Right.
And
I'm just saying whether she appreciated it or not, has she done for you? Has she brought value and helped you throughout all these years to your life?
I mean, she'll help me out with it. I mean, you know.
Bro, I can't rock with you, bro. If you publicly gonna get on here and say you with this woman for this many years, and then you talking about how much you did for her and this and that, and then I ask you that has she any? That's lame as fuck, bro. That's lame as hell.
She's been there for me, man. She's been there. We've been in a relationship for 20 years.
Yeah, well, that's lame as hell. You talking about, well, I don't man with shit. I don't, like that's some bullshit, bro. I lost respect for you, bro, with that.
Look, man.
How you gonna be? That's weak as fuck, bro.
Let me finish telling you. So look. So yeah, I'm doing my duty, man, because I love this woman, man. I've been here for over 20 years, bro. I'm helping her out and everything, but and she talking trash about her daughter and her sister, but she don't tell them. She don't keep.
That's what her man is for. You supposed to be her counselor. She's supposed to be able to talk trash to you. That's what I'm saying. That's a mechanic. That's a mental mechanic. You're supposed to be there for her emotionally and mentally, especially if she's suffering some physical ailment or physical illness. Who the fuck is she supposed to be able to go tell her problems to?
Yeah, she telling her problems to me, but she not keeping that same energy with her family. The people who
you her family.
Oh, I understand that. I know, but look,
what are you talking about, bro?
I'm the one who's taking on all of that, but she's
That's
not.
What you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what a man is supposed to do.
Yep.
She's not talking against you.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I thought you just said she was talking against her family.
Her family to me, and she's talking to me about what I ain't doing and what I need to be doing, and I'm there doing. That's what I'm saying. I'm the one that's there doing.
So you talking about two different things now. So now you're saying that you just this whole time you was talking about she's complaining to you about her family, but now you saying since I brought it up, now she's complaining to you about you.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm the one that's there. Why do you bite the hand that's helping you? Why would you do that? That's what I'm saying.
Because you suffering. Because you suffering. Have you ever been in a hospital room when your girl was giving birth?
Yeah.
So she gonna say all kind of wild shit, right? She might say, "F you, nigga, you did this to me. I hate your motherfucking guts." Did she mean it? Hello?
Did she mean she hate me? I mean, she going through something, but this been going on for over 20 years. She just had
all right. Well, yeah, you probably did her a favor then by leaving. You probably did her a favor. It's just sad that you wasted that much of her time.
I honestly feel that I am doing her a favor because
late. It probably ain't a favor now if she didn't have a stroke. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you have another? Why would you have 2 and 3?
Why would you have 2 and 3 strokes?
Yes, if that's
all right, bro. I'm gonna have to get you on my
Yo, brother Cam, that was crazy. You can't choose to have a stroke or not have a stroke.
That was it for me right there. Salute to the chat and everybody, but I can't do much more of that. Go ahead, Brent.
That was crazy. Why would you have a second and third? You can't choose to have a stroke or not have. It happens. That's like a medical thing, bro. And then you said she like 66, 67. Like, come on, man.
The whole part is the man is supposed to be the maintainer of the woman. So it's your job to find out why the hell she had a stroke in the first place and to go do the due diligence about health and diet and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But that's sad. That's sad.
Yeah, I was just quiet listening the whole time. I'm like, I was kind of feeling like you. I'm like, wait a minute, man, you kind of everywhere with this.
Man, Monique,
talking about the car salesman.
He waiting on that paper. That's what Monique say.
Think he a gold digger, Miss Monique? waiting on her to pass away so he can get some.
Man. So Third Eye said you don't think stress contributes to strokes? Yeah, the stress of having a man that's not a man. You know what I'm saying? The stress of carrying a man like he's a child. I'm trying to get him to man up. That's probably stressful. So she chose wrong also. She chose wrong, but the nature of the genders is that the man is supposed to be the maintainer of the woman, not the woman is the maintainer of the man. The man guides the woman. So yeah, she chose wrong. She chose wrong.
I think he probably had too much on his plate trying, every man can't have two women.
I mean, I don't even think it was a two-woman situation. We talking about that just one 60-year-old that's out of your league. Like, why would you want a 60-year-old?
No, he said he was 22 and she was 42 when they first started.
So why would you want a woman that's 20 years older than you? Unless she was boy toying you, like she was taking care of you. She was a cougar, sugar mom. She couldn't have a child of her own. Right, so she has to focus her love and her attention somewhere. She might have been hurt by a man older than her, and she realized that I still need a man in my life, but I don't trust men that's equally wise or older than me. And I'm probably trying to get my groove back, my Stella back, so I can't have a child, and I want a man, so I'm gonna get a man child.
You asked them the right question too. You said, did you tell her from the beginning that somewhere down the line or in the future you was going to have another spouse or mate? And at first he was, running around the corner, but then you finally got him. He was like, no, I didn't tell her that. So that probably went into, like you said, her mental, like you was 22, she was 42. So like you said, she probably was a sugar mama or, whatever.
Yeah, she already dealing with her trauma of not being able to have a child or not being able to have a man.
And then you had a child on her.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she can't have a child, and you went and have a child while you with her. Like, and
didn't
you act
tell
like
her though.
She did you wrong.
Yeah, I was just listening, like, okay, because I was just letting you cook. I'm like, no, I'm gonna let Brother Cam and Gooch cook real fast. I'm just gonna listen. She's still paying his phone bill.
Third eye, bro. Third eye, man. Third eye. That's deep, man. That's deep. But I think that's why we're in the condition that we're in, because both genders is choosing poorly, but the woman is always going to get the shorter end of the stick in these poor choices. The woman is always going to get the shorter end of the stick because biologically and emotionally, what her makeup is. Even if she getting child support, you know what I'm saying? Even if you was the one providing for her and then she go to child support or alimony, she still would ultimately get the short end of the stick because, as a man, the way men brains are set up and biologically what we can do and how Father Time don't tick away on us like that. We can be 60 years old and go get a 20-year-old. Right. But apparently, she was 40 and she was able to get a 20-year-old, and the box might have been, like you said, sexy or something. She was sexy. She was a sexy cougar to you at the time, and she stayed with you. She stayed with you because obviously she was doing for you. But then when I asked, if y'all together 20 years and when you can't, you stuttering like she ain't helped you and been there for you, like it was all. So yeah, that's too many.
You're not gonna be with somebody for 20 years and they ain't never did nothing for you.
Man. Man. Clark Gable said dude was ducking and dodging from the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I said earlier, if we don't know what our role and our duty and our job is with a woman, and we taking women personal, we taking whatever they saying too personally, then yeah, you probably should have shook a long time ago if you was gonna shake. Don't wait till she can't do for herself no more and shit to shake. You know what I'm saying? You should have shook a long time ago.
Yeah.
He was getting them benefits. He was getting them sugar mama benefits. But now, she needs you to help her and you want to be out.
Yeah. Well, that was That was quite the live, talking about the energy in this room would be hella a lot different if she wasn't here. Maybe.
I mean, first of all, social media is not the place to be to hold in court, the court of troll public opinion, troll comments. That's not where you're supposed to be talking about your personals anyway. That's already rule number one. And if you are talking about it, then they should be here. That's the law of justice and fair dealing. Like, don't just tell one side of the story. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, let me hear your guilt. But you're not saying your guilt. You sound like these females blaming everything on the opposite gender, or on the man. So then we got men that's blaming everything on the woman. When I want to hear the balance. Why would, like you said, why would you stay with somebody 20 years and shit? You know what I'm saying? And allegedly be exclusive to them. So I don't believe, it ain't about what I believe. You saying that you was exclusive, you ain't never stepped out on this woman in 20 years, except with that one time with your lady that you had a child with. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, remember he said that the girl he had a kid with was the girl he was with before the sugar mama. So he left her for the sugar mama, and I guess he went back to the girl and had a baby with her.
Yeah, so I'm
remember
assuming,
right.
Yeah. So anyway, I ain't, that's just something we can let the people talk about it. Third, I'd say I wouldn't want her to be in here because y'all really would call me a fool for sticking around that long. Why would you? What do you mean sticking around? Was you living with her? You know what I'm saying? What is sticking around? That sounds like you living with her instead of her living with you. Sticking around, even that language don't sound correct. That means you have to, you're leaving. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If you want to get back on the live third eye, you can with Gooch and Prince. I'm a tap out. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get back on the live, third eye. I ain't got no more convo for you, but Prince and Gooch, Gooch hop on here with you. I'll let y'all finish some of the conversation. I can't do it. Hold on one second. Put the link back in the chat. And then I'm gonna get off here in 13 minutes. Dig of the link, Gooch and Third Eye. Y'all hop back on.
Is you say you sent Gooch to the sucking place for a minute?
Yeah, I had to get him out of here with that, laughing at that stroke. I mean, whatever he said, like, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
All right, what it do? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If she was in here, I'll be like, well, you a fool for sticking around that long, for putting up with it like that. It's like I had a compare and contrast. It's like, do I want to put up with the headache, or I can go somewhere where it's less stressful? You know what I'm saying? That's why I was talking about her having a multiple strokes. I'm like, I don't want to be the reason why she had another stroke. You know what I'm saying? As far as her being stressed out and the blood pressure, because I have blood pressure issues myself. And
when you say she's a headache, has she been a headache the whole 20 years? Did she just start being a headache? Because if she was a headache from the beginning, then you kind of already knew that.
Well, yeah, like I said, I've been, we done broke up so many times over the past 20 years, man.
Well, let me I'm gonna say this now. At 66 years old, y'all don't have too many. At 66 years old, y'all don't have too many breakups left. The next couple breakups gonna be end of the road. So look, from a player to a player, if I was you, if there's any way you can probably get a life insurance policy on her, if you wait about 2 or 3 years, you can cash out. But you got to be patient, like Cam said, and Mother Nature do the rest, brother.
And see, that's another thing too. She brought this up on, she always wanted, like, let's get married. But why?
I can't do this.
Why
Come on, dude.
would I do?
I'll be right back.
Why won't you marry your brother?
Why? She married.
Come on, dude.
Do that? I'll be divorced. How many times can you get divorced? That's what I'm saying.
A lot. I know people that's been married 3-4 times.
I mean, to the same person. Nah, that's what bro. I mean,
not to the same person.
All the breakups we done had over the years, bro. I couldn't do that, man. I couldn't
Why did you keep getting back with her?
Man, because of our she have niece and nephews that I was close with. It was the kids, man.
So then why won't you get with her if you already have the relationship with her family? The family already knows you. That's a tall task, man.
Hold on. Why you just can't have a direct relationship with them? Well, you don't got to be with her. That's the weakest ass excuse, bro. I'm back out. You can have a direct relationship with them. Ain't got nothing to do with her.
Yeah, that's what I still have a relationship with them. I still talk to her daughter, her grandsons, them my godsons. I call them my grandsons. They call me grandpa every now and then, but I have a relationship.
They call you what?
Me and her daughter. we joke.
It sounds like to me, because I didn't know this, because you're saying this now. If you have a good relationship with her daughter and her grandkids, it sounds like y'all already kind of a family, really. It sounds like you should just go on ahead and probably get married and do the life insurance and all that and just rock out. Like you said, you've been messing with her on and off for 20 years. It don't sound like you want to be with nobody else for real.
I've been messing with my baby mama longer than her. So I've been with both of them for over 20 years. So it'll be like a slap in the face to choose to marry one over the other. You know what I'm saying? I've been with both of these women for over 20 years.
Do they both know about each other?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't never thought about sitting down with both of them and having a conversation about being married to both of them sharing?
We talked about that already. They didn't know about each other in the beginning. So
right.
Caused the trauma. If you know that she was 20 years older than you and she couldn't have no children, and you went and had a child while you was with her.
She had a child, or her daughter is like my age. I just turned 46 on the 9th. Her daughter is 45.
Her daughter should be 45. She's 66.
Yeah, her daughter's 45. I'm 46.
So you're saying that when you said she can't have children, you talking about menopause? No.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't. It's a long story, bro. Look, she used to tell me about her ex-husband, left her because she didn't want to have his baby.
Bro, I don't care. Like you sound. This is crazy, bro. Like, she had a child before.
Oh,
yeah, she have a child that's damn near my age. She used to always tell me.
Why did you say she can't have children?
No, she told me, she's like, I can go to the doctor and get.
Why you told me she can't have children? Could she have children at that time or not?
Yeah, now she feel bad because she see how I take care of my daughter, and she was like,
I'm not. I don't know.
Wait. She can't have children now. That oven been turned off.
No, that was, like I said, bro. 20 years. Y'all gotta get in line, bro. I was 22. She was 42. Yeah, she was still an older woman, but she could have. She told me she could have went to the doctor and got herself fixed so that she could have my child.
Oh, she tired of tea.
You see what I'm saying? She didn't.
Brother Cam, come back. Brother Cam.
It's like I didn't cheat on her just because she said she wasn't gonna have it, or that she couldn't, baby. I didn't cheat on her. It ain't had nothing to do with her not having a baby. It had nothing to do.
You said you cheated on her because she kept accusing you of cheating?
She had this beef between her and my niece. You know, my niece, she is light skinned. She got this thing about light skinned women. You know, one day let me tell you what happened. One day we went over to my niece's house. I was coming over there to bring her some music and stuff. And
so Bobby Blue Bland, where you gonna take her?
Over to my niece's house, right? And my niece, she just put a robe on, you know. And so my girl was like, she didn't even try to cover up for you. She just had a robe. I'm like, that's my niece. I'm at her house. She come out here however she want to come out, but she didn't. You know, she felt like me and my niece had something going on, some crazy, bro. Out of all the things you could break up, it would be incest. I'm like, come on, that was just too. That was just, bro.
I gotta ask you a question, because if she has a problem with light skinned people, is this older woman? She on the Harriet Tubman side of the game? Is she like a non-attractive sister?
No.
Older?
No.
Like, who could you compare her to at 66? Like
Angela Bassett or something?
Right.
The
Let me stop y'all, man, because y'all is going into some unnecessary entertainment. Like this is too serious of a subject for me to let too much playing go on with that.
I'm trying to understand the hurt, the trauma.
Well, I'm trying to understand Third Eye's trauma, because y'all.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
No, yeah. So just cutting to the chase, for you to even be on here complaining and accusing her publicly, it's already something going on with you, Third Eye. Like, and I don't know, maybe you suffered some loss of a loved one, trauma, abuse, your mother, something might have happened real traumatic with a grandmother or a mother or in your life that you never got to vent out or talk out. So I don't want to even be disrespectful to you or act like, invalidate what you feeling.
Hey,
But social media definitely ain't the place for it. But since it's already being said, because she obviously got trauma, and you obviously got trauma for even being with her that long and doing what you're doing right now. So it's not even on her no more. I'm trying to figure out how I can help you, Third Eye. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Well, really, that's why I was on here asking you if you knew a private attorney, or a private investigator.
Well, attorneys and investigators.
Man, I can't say my mouth. Hey, hold on for Third Eye. Hold on.
Now, hold on now, Gooch. Hold on now. I thought you was a part of this panel, Gooch. I thought you was helping out, man.
If she ever needs some of this helps too.
No, I really need you to hear this, bro.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Back in 2011, my mom called the LAPD because my brother, he was bipolar, and they come out to the house, man, and they shoot my brother. They shot him in the house with the beanbag and the taser, and then when he go outside, they shoot him 7 times. And I saw the whole thing. And we go to court and see, they know my sister, she was an OJ juror. And this, LA still pissed off about the OJ Simpson case. So, the cops lied about my brother fighting them. And they said my brother snatched his badge off. But on the video, you can see my brother dead in the street and the cop's still wearing his badge. But they got a picture of the cop's badge laying in the pool of blood, sitting face up, with no blood on it or nothing, just sitting face up. So they lied about the whole thing.
That's what we need to be talking about.
See, that's
that's sad. Sorry to hear that, brother.
I know they say ain't no statute of limitations on murder, But it's been it'll be 15 years on the 24th this month, and we still ain't
third eye. That's what I think that's the subject that we need to be trying to get to the bottom of and trying to solve.
Yeah, brother Cam, I'm gonna let you diagnose this one. This is definitely a Cam topic. Thank you for having me, Cam Third Eye. I wish you the best, man. Talk to brother Cam. He's gonna do everything he can to get you in the right direction. Okay, brother?
Oh, I appreciate you.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll be right back. I'll be in the panel. I'll be in the chat. All right,
go. All right, peace. So yeah, so that's like you said. You don't have no footage or film. They got body cam footage.
I got footage, and I got the depositions where they lied. They told the attorney that they was fighting my brother in the front yard. But then my attorney asked them, "You know about the video?" They said, "I hope there's a video so we can see the truth." But after they saw the video, they changed their whole deposition and say the fight happened on the curb, on the sidewalk.
So y'all already been to court with this?
In the court, but everybody got paid. I was the only one to take the stand. They allowed expert witnesses to fly in from out of state to testify on LAPD behalf, but I was the only one to take the stand for my family. They wouldn't allow. It was just me in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
The coroner labeled it a homicide, but the judge wouldn't allow none of the expert witnesses to testify on our behalf. We had an expert witness, but he dropped out because he was receiving death threats, so he dropped out of the trial.
Mm-hmm.
And the cold thing about it, my attorney was being sued at the same time. He'll meet with me, and then he'll leave the court and go to another trial, his trial. He was being accused of something at the same time while we was on trial, so he got paid, man.
Who chose that attorney?
That was my brother-in-law. Yeah, my brother-in-law got it. He's a cricketer. He worked for the Cochran firm. Yeah, but it was all on the news. I got the Channel 7 news and the interview I did. I got all that, man. You know. So I've been going through the depression, you know, PTSD and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. That all that makes sense. All that makes perfect sense. All that makes perfect sense right there. So what you was trying to refile? I mean, appeal, or what were you trying to do?
Man, yeah, I was trying to reappeal. I really want an attorney. I don't want an attorney really from out here. I want somebody who practice out here, but don't have no ties to this attorney that we had. You know. That's
right. And what is the justice that you're looking for?
Man, at first, you know, I just wanted these dudes to do jail time, you know, criminal. I wanted to go. It was a civil case, but I wanted to take it to criminal, you know, for what they did, the lying and the covering up, you know, because they not only that, bro, the officer that said he was attacked, he wasn't the one who actually killed my brother. It was the white cop that killed my brother. But because the Hispanic cop was shorter than my brother, they made the Hispanic cop say that he was the one that did all the shooting. So it'll make it seem like he was in fear of his life more. He's shorter than my brother. But it wasn't him. He wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. The white cop is the one.
And what was their excuse for pulling the trigger? That your brother, they said he had a weapon?
They said he was fighting them. He didn't have no shoes on, no socks.
No, I'm saying, did they say he had a weapon?
No.
So what was their excuse for using deadly force?
That he was fighting with them and trying to take their gun away.
Oh, okay.
On the deposition, the cop said he was watching my brother jump on, beat up his partner, but he didn't pull the trigger until they got up and started running. I'm like, man, no cop is gonna sit there and watch his partner get jumped on and he don't react, you know.
I mean, but y'all had the body cam footage, right? It ain't even about what your word or my word. Did y'all see the footage?
Yeah, on the footage you can see that my brother, he went straight through the yard. There was no fight in the yard. As soon as he stepped off the curb, that's when the cop started shooting. The cop was like 10 feet away from my brother when he shot him. And
was
so
it daytime or nighttime?
it was at nighttime.
Nighttime.
Yeah.
So was it hard to see? Was it poor lighting?
Yeah, it was poor lighting. But, I mean, but you can see them. I had this guy writing a video for me a little bit, and you can see he went clearly to the front yard. It wasn't where they said it happened in the front yard, a fight. There was no fight. And they said the coroner pictures. They said, yeah, my attorney was like, yeah, man, your brother, he had a gunshot wound that was at an angle. I was like, yeah, because when they shot him the first couple of times, he was already going down to the ground, and he kept shooting. Yeah, so
right.
no gun residue on his clothes, nothing, because he got shot from 10 feet. Yeah, but man, hey, I appreciate it, man. If y'all know somebody or
put a contact, how to get in contact with you in the chat. And like you said, anybody that's watching this now that will watch this, if you have somebody that's trustworthy, that's qualified, that's competent, that can legally represent brother Third Eye and his brother in this particular case, definitely reach out for him. Or even if you have some advice, legal advice, and you can send him in the right direction of somebody that can help, by all means, you know what I'm saying, y'all get in the chat. I mean, once Third Eye put his info, and let's try to help him in any way we can on that subject, because that's the real subject here. That's the real subject, and I'm glad that you brought that up, Third Eye. So we own that, but me, I'm gonna take it to the highest court. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what spiritually you believe in or what you subscribe to, but I'm gonna take it to the real judge when I get off of here, and just letting you know I'm praying for you for justice.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
And retaliation at the divine level on behalf of your brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Because anybody look at this, man, they'll see that it was sloppy. It was a major cover up, man. It was a major cover. And I still, that OJ. I heard by my sister being that OJ juror, man. I think that just made it even more. And we had no peers on the jury. No blacks on the jury.
I mean, we are, that's the story of our life here. So that's what I'm saying. Whether you get quote unquote justice in the courts or not, you're gonna get justice. Your brother and all of us that went down at the hands of this beast is getting justice as we speak. That's why grace is over, and I don't want to say certain things right now because of that on this YouTube, but justice is being handled as we speak. But I'm definitely going to communicate with our Father who art in heaven to show you some proof, in that area.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Cam, man.
Man, I appreciate you too, man. And like I said, I just want to understand, and I just want to help, and that's what I'm trying to be here for as your bro. I say that other shit, relationship shit, you know what I'm saying? That's whatever that is, but this is the real subject right here. So I thank you, and we thank you for being honest and transparent and upfront, because it's hard to even communicate that. But I'm glad you did. I'm glad we got to this real core issue and trauma and injustice right here. So we praying for you, riding for you, and we here for you.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
Peace, brother.
Peace. Prince, you got the last word, bro, if you want to speak.
Oh man, I think this is the longest I ever been on. Great conversation, man. It went a little crazy for like maybe a little 30 minutes, but it ended off not on a good note, because it's bad that I heard that happened to another black man, another brother. And I know that's real heavy on them. But like you said, at least we got down to something that was real,
Yeah. And that's what the other stuff that sound crazy is sitting on top of. You know what I'm saying? All of it, the irrationality that we do is most times, 99% of the time, is sitting on unresolved trauma or injustice that happened to us, that nothing else is going to even make sense. You know what I'm saying? This is taking too much force and attention because it's unresolved. It's an injustice that's not been resolved yet. So it's hard for us to look at anything else in life clearly. You know what I'm saying? Because our subconscious wants justice. So let's focus on getting justice for that brother and for all of us, because a lot of our women is in the same condition, similar condition, because they ain't been getting justice of being violated or tampered with when they was little girls. So they acting out when they so hard to deal with, and and we blaming the effects instead of blaming the cause, that they was violated as little girls. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna have them, all the irrational shit they do in life is sitting on that childhood violation that somebody did to them. So we just got to have way more understanding and patience, and try to get, deep enough conversation and get into the fire, get into the pain with them, help get through it. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Well, I'm going to cut you off, Prince. Go ahead.
No, you wouldn't cut me off. You was saying some real. Yeah, that's true. I read some statistic back in college where it said a large percent of American women are abused sexually before the age of 16. So you're absolutely right. Like a lot of our men and women, we all got some type of trauma and been abused from a very young age. And like you said, we got the Stockholm syndrome going on, and we still got things carried on from slavery and just so much trauma that we seen, the Emmett Till, kids getting burnt up in churches, people getting shot up in churches, and just, it's just so much that's going on that we got to deal with, on a mental level, spiritual level.
Absolutely. And on top of all of that, it's a deficiency in vitamins and minerals and nutrition in the food that doesn't allow us to snap back. It don't allow us to rejuvenate or, to restore, ourselves. So we depleted and traumatized, depleted and traumatized. So that's a hell of a condition. And that's what we hear, to try to not try, but to get us out of. We ain't trying, we doing it. So first thing first, eat healthy, eat organic, and supplement with vitamins and minerals, especially B1 and niacin and all of the stuff that I mentioned earlier. Watched at the beginning of this video, and it works. I'm telling you, it works.
Don't you sell? I remember. Don't you sell colloidal silver?
Yeah, ionic colloidal silver, but that's not this subject. Ionic colloidal silver is about viruses and pathogens and microbes, and bacteria and stuff like that. This is about deficiency in vitamins, minerals, and nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, man, I appreciate you, Prince. Thanks for hanging with me this long, man, and helping me.
I appreciate you for letting me hang with you and have a couple laughs with Gooch and you guys. And we just had, like, we went through every emotion. It got real, it got funny, it got sad, it got heated for a second, then but you kept your patience and came back and spoke to the brother, and it ended off, like you said, not because we hate to hear that, but it ended off on a good note. So I'm happy I got to see the whole thing and experience it.
Right, participate, because you was a doctor. You was a doctor along with me, because you kept it going. Because I had to tap out for a minute. Sometimes surgeons or whatever, they might see a little baby, a little girl roll in the operating room with a broken off broomstick up they private part, and even though we a doctor and we supposed to be able to separate, you got to sometimes step out and like, what the, you know what I'm saying, and then shake it off and come back and go to work. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of my issue. So I apologize to Brother Third Eye, but I realized it was something else that that issue was sitting on, and we was able to get to it with your help, Prince and Gooch. So thank both of y'all.
Thank you, Brother Cam. Peace and to you and your family, and hope to see you live
Tomorrow.
next time, brother.
Yeah, tomorrow, God willing. Oh, what? Yeah, tomorrow. Yep, God willing. So, but on that note, this campaign Thursday, man, God bless all of y'all, and peace and peace.
Peace.